The element of surprise. The hidden power of Kung Fu versus the predictability of combat sports by Sifu Frank McCarthy. In the world of martial arts, few qualities are as decisive as the element of surprise. This principle, deeply rooted in the philosophy and strategy of traditional Kung Fu, sets it apart from the modern realm of combat sports. While both systems share the ultimate goal of overcoming an opponent, their methods, mindsets, and expressions of skill differ profoundly. Kung Fu thrives on unpredictability, adaptability, and deception, qualities that make it an art of survival and control. Combat sports, on the other hand, are shaped by structured competition, predictable rule sets, and the ability to study opponents through footage, patterns, and repeated encounters. The difference is not just physical, it is philosophical. In combat sports like boxing, kickboxing, or mixed martial arts, an athlete's style becomes a matter of public record. Fighters' past performances are analyzed frame by frame, and coaches design strategies specifically to counter what they already know will happen. The athlete is limited to the parameters of their sport, timed rounds, regulated techniques, and a level playing field enforced by referees. The beauty of such sports lies in precision and conditioning, but the cost is predictability. A fighter's rhythm, combinations, and tendencies are exposed. Once you are known, your advantage begins to fade. Kung Fu, by contrast, was never meant to be predictable or studied in that way. It was created in a world where there were no weight classes, no referees, and no second chances. Every encounter carried the potential for real danger, which demanded a mindset rooted in deception, adaptability, and surprise. The true Kung Fu fighter doesn't just fight an opponent's body, he fights their mind. Through feints, misdirection, unexpected rhythm changes, and hidden angles, Kung Fu practitioners train to become unreadable. Even their stance and movement conceal intent. One motion hides another, and one attack sets up a trap for the next. It's the art of creating openings where none exist and striking when the opponent least expects it. This is why traditional Kung Fu masters often say, "No form is fixed, and no technique is final." The purpose of endless drilling and form practice isn't to memorize a sequence, but to internalize a language of movement, so deeply that one can improvise freely when real combat arises. Kung Fu is not a performance. It's a living expression of adaptation. The opponent cannot study what they cannot see, and they cannot prepare for what they cannot predict. In the words of Sun Tzu, all warfare is based on deception. This same wisdom runs through the veins of Kung Fu. Furthermore, Kung Fu's approach to combat is multidimensional. It involves not only the body, but also the spirit and the mind. It trains awareness, patience, and timing, the ability to read subtle cues and strike before the enemy realizes danger is near. It teaches stillness before motion, calm before explosion. This rhythm of unpredictability is something that no video study or analytical breakdown can decode. A real Kung Fu fighter uses his environment, his breathing, and his opponent's assumptions as weapons. That does not mean Kung Fu dismisses the athleticism or discipline of combat sports. Rather, it transcends them. Combat sports are controlled experiments in combat. Kung Fu is the chaos of life distilled into motion. In a fight where the stakes are survival, there are no predictable rounds or weight limits. There is only the ability to adapt faster than the opponent can think. That is where Kung Fu's true power lies, not in how many techniques one knows, but in how unexpectedly they can be applied. In the end, the essence of Kung Fu is not in showing what you can do. It's in concealing what you're about to do. The Kung Fu warrior embodies silence, deception, and explosive surprise. In contrast, the combat sport athlete refines visible skill through repetition and exposure. Both paths require mastery, but only one thrives in the unseen, unpredictable realm of human conflict. Kung Fu remains, at its core, the art of the unexpected, a living reminder that in real combat, surprise is the greatest weapon of all.